Hey guys, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss Season 3 of Netflix original show, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. The end of Season 2, we left off with Lucifer being inhabited by Nick's body as a vessel, basically sent to hell. Our four main heroes, right? We have Theo, Roz, Harley, and Harvey. I'm sorry, I said Harley. Harvey and Sabrina sitting... not in Pop's Diner, because that's Riverdale. We're in Greendale. Same universe. Sitting at Dr. C's, whatever the hell it's called. And they say, oh, you know, we got to get my boyfriend back. So then they plan on going to hell. Okay. So this season starts out with Sabrina dreaming of going to hell, getting Nick, but then her father, Lucifer, comes about, stops the plan. So eventually, a deal is made to get Nick out of hell. Lilith is now running hell, basically. Sabrina gave her the title of queen, so she's running hell. Sabrina makes a deal with Lilith. I will take the throne because the three kings of hell and like Prince Caspian, Caliban, are trying to like take the throne, even though it's Sabrina's birthright. There's a monarchical quarry going on. That's the best way to explain it. So Sabrina agrees to take the throne with Lilith as her regent so long as they can take Nick and his tongue out. Okay. Nick is just filled with pain and rage and goes to sex demons and does his thing, and then eventually Ambrose and Sabrina get the remaining essence of Lucifer out and then trap it in a bowl of holy water. I thought that was pretty cool. How seeing the black tar come out of his nose and stuff, like the of an infection, I thought it was neat. So in all of that, there's this carnival that comes to town, and the carnival is filled with these pagans, these pagan witches who worship the old gods. Now, what's interesting is the first two seasons are pretty much heaven, purgatory / limbo, hell, the false god who runs heaven, the angels who is the army, and the witch hunters, basically, and then you have Satan, who's Lucifer, the beast, running hell, even though that there's different domains in hell, and there's the kings, and, they rule their stuff, etc. Pandemonium is like the main city where, like, the kings, where Satan's castle is, where his throne room is in Pandemonium. Now, while this is also going on, there was this couth of Father Blackwood, being crazy and having his Judas boys, like, try to kill everyone as well. Father Blackwood then took his twins to Scotland, where Ambrose and Prudence go and find him. But he's praying to another god and another ancient thing with more stuff, and he's got this egg of this creature that is magical with time or something to that extent. So it's another big thing on that. What else? There's a lot that goes on in this season. There's only 8 episodes long. So the main objective of this season is the Greendale Four basically need to help the Coven defeat the pagans while all this other crap is going on. Okay, that's basically what's going on. Ambrose and Prudence make friends with the voodoo high priestess, Mambo Marie, something like that. And she comes to the academy and, helps with different things. What's neat about this season is not a lot of people liked this season. If I'm just tracking it based off of comments and stuff. Why they didn't like it, it was because it was very toned down from the first 2 seasons. And I agree with them, but I understand why it's toned down. There's a lot of badassery that goes on in this show, especially with Prudence, especially with Sabrina. But the concept of this season was adapting. You need to adapt in order to survive. So if the Church of Night is gone, if Satan nor Lilith are to be worshipped, what is there left? Who is there left? You have the old god Pan literally coming in. You have Circe, you have who's really Medusa. You have Athena and Eros being, not Athena, Aphrodite and Eros being talked about by Prince Caliban. You have this green man as an old ancient, being that he is. You have all these other gods and goddesses being discussed in the same realm, in the same world, in the same time as the false god and Lucifer. So that's the point of this. The point of this season, as short as it was, and as calm as it was, is adapting. How do you adapt to save your family? How do you adapt to save your coven? How do you adapt to save your tribe, right? It was literally witches, coven witches versus pagans, right? There's a time thing going on. Now we have 2 Sabrinas at the end. It's a little still confusing. I'm sure all hell's going to break loose in season 4. No pun intended. Huh. But that's the point of this season. That's why not a lot of people like this, because they're not understanding the whole adapting to survive mentality. That's what this was. It didn't need to be a constant war buildup. This season essentially was the buildup for the main war that's going to happen with the old gods in the next season, which I'm very excited for. So I expected a lot from this season. I didn't get a lot from this season, but that's okay, because I understood what the point of this season was. Some stories are just the filler stories to get you to the next main event. 1 and 2 was that hype, right? 3 was a little bit lower because there was no hype really for it. And then 4 is going to be that trajectory of what everything is building up for, because we now worship a new sect of gods. Heracat? The new moon, the half crescent moon, the full moon, something. I don't remember. It was this lunar thing going on. Aunt Z was explaining it. But, yeah, I really enjoyed this season. I didn't love this season, but I really enjoyed the season for what it was. And this was a filler season about adapting. So, adapt or die, people. Age-old adapt or die. So put down that newspaper, open up Google, and learn something. That was for the OK boomers out there. You got that, Karen? Mucho mahalo.